I'm Erin from Fangirlish. I actually literally just about 4 minutes ago got done with episode 5, so I'm all caught
Wow.
up through there.
Nice.
So love the show. It's so different for Hallmark. It's so modern also. So what made you want to do a ride,
For me
if you don't
personally,
mind me asking?
no, for sure.
Mhm.
I mean, I started riding horses a few years back, and I really wanted to get on a show that centered around animals and horses. So that ticked that box right away. The family dynamics, the way everyone characters were fully realized and intertwined with each other in this really interesting and kind of nuanced yet familiar way. Um, uh, and I kind of had this weird idea that the cast was going to be great. I gotta say, I just had a feeling it was going to work out.
Mhm.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like it was all very similar for me. And then I remember like in our chemistry read being like, oh, this is gonna like this dynamic is going to work really well. And like and then it was really fun seeing meeting all the people as everyone arrived in Calgary and being like,
Right.
oh, this makes so much sense that you're this person and you're this person. And so it on the page was so enticing, and then to see everybody bring those characters to life, you're like, oh, this is going to be something really special.
For sure.
And I just wanted to be in this world. As soon as I was told about this, I thought, wow, I want to be in this world. And I think to your point about it's different, a little different from a Hallmark show in that there are very high stakes, and there are a lot of risks happening, and everything doesn't necessarily end up with a nice bow on it. So in a lot of ways, you have themes like family and commitment and stewardship of the land, but there's also some danger and life danger, and it's
Yeah.
fascinating.
I mean, growing up on a farm, I had to I was like, there would be nothing that would make me want to do this again. But so I admire those decisions, those choices. Did you guys actually spend time on the ranch? Did you love spending time on the ranch? Did you do any like ranch chores, that kind of thing?
Yeah, we did. Especially leading up to filming, we spent some time on the ranch doing, cursory things,
Caring for the horses.
mucking the stalls, and getting out in the pasture and watching the cowboys wrangle cattle and whatnot. And what else did we do?
We filmed on the ranch. I mean,
Yeah.
that was
Yeah.
our set.
Yeah, we were
And,
there all the time.
I was always saying it's the best soundstage I've ever worked on. I mean, it was a 4,000 acre working cattle ranch, and we were filming in the rancher's house with the stalls, and the actual the cows are there, the horses are there. There was a newborn foal running around that
Yep.
in the 4 months we watched grow up.
Pretty cool.
So
Yeah.
it was, I mean, it just took my breath away every single day I showed up to work. It didn't feel like work.
Yeah.
I can't even imagine, because honestly, it felt more like I was watching an invasive look at somebody's family versus watching a television show,
Oh, it's
if that makes
great.
sense.
Yeah,
really
that
cool.
is exactly.
We were hoping for that.
Yeah.
We really,
Yeah.
yeah.
That's great. It felt that intimate too. I mean, just being, it's ironic too, because here we are in this huge place, but the story, the world that we've crafted is a very intimate world.
And in that world, it feels like everybody is keeping a secret. Like there's nobody who's not keeping a secret. Now, I don't expect anyone to tell me who I can't trust the least, though I have my theories. I want to know who I can trust the most, because it doesn't really feel like there's anybody that's trustworthy, that like isn't
Interesting
keeping
take.
something that could tear the McMurrays apart.
I feel like Isabel's
Yeah.
pretty
I'm the most
trustworthy,
trustworthy.
right?
Yeah.
To a
She might
To
be
a
a little
point.
hard-nosed,
uh,
but she's definitely honest and
Yeah.
goes after what she needs.
I mean,
in
Nancy
in
Travis has a lot of secrets.
Oh,
I'm
yeah,
not
my
going to
gosh, we
dispel
wanna
them,
talk about that.
but Isabel is pretty
Yeah.
straightforward.
And
Yeah.
speaking of Isabel, I really do feel like she's the heart of the show in the sense of the family dynamic. And I feel like Missy's the heart of the show in the sense of the rodeo dynamic. No offense to Cash, but I feel like he's controlled by how Missy is in the situation. So
Ping pong between
what,
them. There he is.
I mean, what they both work together though to keep the family intact, and what makes them able to understand each other and really have that dynamic where they can get along?
The two of us?
The two of us? Yeah.
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 You know, I think it is something that they're navigating. Like it's a constant, you know, they're both very strong women. They're both very determined and have their own opinions. But I think what binds them is that they have this deep love for this family and this land, and wanting more than anything to protect the land and our people. And so I feel like, you know, no matter how much they butt heads on some of the ways to do that, they're always able to come back to it's coming from a good place. And they also are bound together by this grief. They both lost people in the same way. And that's not something that a lot of people can share and talk about. So even though it's a very hard thing to know that they're connected by, it's something that will always bind them in a way that they can, you know, understand each other in a very deep, deep way.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, I think we're connected in a gut level way, and we know we both have each other's back, and we're both motivated by the same interests and loves and passions and desires, not just for each other, but for everybody in our circle. So I do think it's almost like we're tossing a ball back and forth, you know, even though we have our disparate things happening.
So the McMurray family is really about legacy. They're about building a legacy, and in my opinion, and they're about building a legacy and keeping that legacy. So what do you hope your legacy is?
Personally?
No.
Or
Personally, oh,
I don't really care about legacy personally. I mean, I'm gonna be dead, so why do I care? But I mean, it'd be nice for people to
Surprised that that's your
be
answer.
nice that people thought I was a good person and
Yeah.
maybe did a little cool body of work. That's about it for me.
Yeah, I think the only legacy that, you know, really matters to me is, yeah, like to have the mark that I've left on people be one that was uplifting and positive and created a, you know, if the people that I touched if I was able to bring positivity and happiness to people, whether that's through my work or through who I am as a person, I feel like that's, you know, something that I'd like people to remember me by.
I don't know if I believe in legacy. I think it's your life today. It's your life now. It's how you are with your fellow humans now, today. And after that, who cares?
I actually love those answers. I don't believe in legacy much either, but like you portray really convincing that leaving a legacy is important in the show, just so you know. Like,
yes,
it's
no,
very
well,
good.
I think for these people, it very
is.
much is, and the sweat of the toil and the sweat of the land to have a continuity, and I think it's, look, we're city kids. We don't kids. Well, that's it. But I don't think, I think to understand somebody that is put in hard labor into the land, and what that means, and to have that be sustained, and even if just in a broader sense, I mean, we talk about our planet and sustainability in our planet. I mean, yeah, I guess that's a legacy I'd like to say, that our planet is a place that can be habitable and carry on. I mean, not to get all
No, you're
serious, but
also there's something like noble about a legacy. Like what I like about the ride or the Murray family is it's not legacy for the individual necessarily, but it's kind of the legacy of the whole whole family, which is kind of nice, something to strive for that's not exactly individual.
Yeah.
Well, thank you guys so much for your time. I love the show. I don't even like rodeos, but now I really want to go see one. So like, honestly,
You should. It's really neat.
it's fast. It's a fascinating world. Yes. Thank you.
Thank you so much for your time.